I want you to think about if you went out to a lake, just like this young man here on the picture, and he threw a rock in the lake. If you throw a rock in water, as you see there, is when the rock goes up and it goes in the lake after it impacts the water, it causes a ripple effect. And it's important to understand that that impact is made on the water after it happens and those ripples start going out. The impact that's made on the water, that's what's happening right now throughout the course of your life. After the rock goes into the water and the ripples start to flow out, that's the legacy that you leave behind. See, it's important to understand that our impact is what we leave behind, but that's influenced by our legacy. Our impact is what we leave behind, but that is influenced by our legacy. I want you to think about right now, what are you doing to make that impact? See, because I knew I wanted to live a life kind of similar to that picture. See, in this picture, he just didn't throw the rock, and the rock landed in the water, made one impact, and the ripples came from that one impact. But when he threw the rock to the water, it skipped the water. And since it skipped the water, that rock made multiple impacts that also left multiple legacies. Does that make sense? Yes. How many of you in here want to be able to have multiple impacts to create multiple legacies? Yes. I mean, what type of ripple effect will you leave behind? In this company, in this industry, in your family, in the world. You got to start thinking about right now, what are you doing and how is it going to affect the people that are left behind? What are you doing? See, because most of us have no clue about how we live our lives, how it could impact someone or a group of people that could change the world. Man, I guess it's probably about almost 5 years ago now. And I put this out of my subconscious mind, so forgive me if I don't remember the exact time, but when my mother had fell ill, and it was getting to a point where she knew that she was going to die. And we were having this conversation, and she started, we were talking, and she said, I feel like I could have done so much more in this life. And I said, well, why you say that, Mom? She said, well, there's just so many things I didn't do that I could have did. She said, but I'm just happy that God let me live long enough to see you turn into the man that you become. So,
we got you.
Take your time. Take your time.
I'm going to come back. Y'all give me a minute. I told my mother at that point that she was the most successful person that I know. Where she came from, the things she had to do, and she made sure that I never wanted for anything. Thank you. Y'all act like y'all didn't see this. This is why we say no recording in the blueprint. No recording at any Nova University trainings. I appreciate that. But her priority and her focus was me. Maybe there's not a lot of other things that she could have went out to do, but her focus was to make sure that I had a successful life, no matter if I had a father in my life or not. That was my mother's legacy. And the point of this whole story is, I want you to think about who will be affected by your legacy. See, because, see that cool kid right there? My mother never knew that the impact that she made on me would cause ripples for all of you. You know, I want you to think about in what you're doing, what you leaving behind. See, because mama couldn't leave me behind 10 real estate properties, 30 real estate properties. She didn't leave me behind hundreds of thousands of dollars. Mama didn't leave me behind millions of dollars. Mama didn't leave me no investments. But what mama did leave me was enough character to go out here and earn all of it. Sure, I had to go to the seminars. I had to put in all the work. But there was something that was instilled in me to go out and make sure that I could further her legacy. See, for us, this is beyond the money. I say it all the time, but hopefully one day that if you haven't believed us, you will start believing it. Because I can tell you right now, some of you, just like the young lady got up, she had enough courage to talk about last night. She said that she felt like all her life she just never had. That was me once upon a time. I felt like I just never had it when I started focusing on what was positive and what I could be able to position as my foundation to get everything I wanted. My mindset changed. But the reality is this: everything you want in your life has been a long time coming. But you gotta know a change gonna come. I'm not saying the road gonna be easy. I'm not saying the road gonna be quick. What I am promise you is God gives me the strength and my partners the strength, and we stay the course. We're gonna have a lot of ups, we're gonna have a lot of downs, but I promise you, we're gonna lead you into a direction to not only change your life, but change millions of lives in the world.